Hello, peoples. This is his little Cherie. And I was just doing my morning praying, and I was feeling so much affection for many of you that I pray for. And I think it's partly because of something that happened to me recently. I listen to the DAB, the Daily Audio Bible podcast every day, and Brian reads a portion of the Old Testament, the New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs every day, and he gets through the whole Bible in a year. Yesterday, he started Song of Solomon, needless to say, one of my favorite books. And when he read the phrase, "You are my private garden," I remembered something that happened to me not long ago. There's a lady that lives down the street from me, beautiful lady who spends a lot of time in her front yard because she has no grass. The whole yard is a flower garden. And I've gotten to know her a little bit simply because I would see her in her yard many times when I would be walking, and I would say hello to her, and sometimes we'd stop to chat. And then after a while I mentioned that I was praying for her, and she said, "Oh, are you a Christian?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I am too." So then we really became friends. And we only really talked when I would walk by and she would be in her garden. But not too long ago, she did something that took our friendship to a whole new level. She said to me, "Would you like to see my private garden?" And I knew that she was offering me something very sacred. I could tell by the look on her face and the tone in her voice. And I said, "Oh yes, I'd love to." And so we set a date, and I met her, and she took me into her backyard, which is completely surrounded by a high fence. I had no idea what was back there, but it's a beautiful garden that she's been working in for years. And she took me slowly around and pointed out all the different flowers and described to me what they like, what they don't like, how long they've been there, what they'll look like in 2 years, 5 years. The whole backyard is an oasis, a paradise, a sanctuary. And apparently this is where she spends even more time than she does in the front yard. And there are little nooks and crannies and tables and statues, and we would sit in a little corner and have flower tea and fruit, and it was just magical. And I could tell by how she was glowing as she gave me the tour that this was her passion, this garden that she'd put so much time and energy into. And I felt so honored to be there. And so yesterday, when Brian read, "You are my private garden," I had a whole new understanding of how God feels about each one of us. But I also had a whole new understanding of the honor that it is to be invited into his feelings for each one of us as we partner with him in prayer. So as I'm praying for you today, I'm feeling a whole new affection as I realize that you are his private garden, and he's invited me in to spend time with him in that place of prayer, feeling the affection and the pride that he feels for you. And so what an honor it is to pray for one another. And I just wanted to share that with you today. Love you guys. Bye-bye.